What if a single moment of anger could cost you something you could never get back? Would you still let it take control? Raj was a master carpenter, famous for his flawless craftsmanship. But despite his skills, he had a weakness, his temper. Even the smallest mistake could send him into a storm of wrath. One evening, he was working on an expensive custom table for an important client. The finish had to be perfect. His young junior, Rohan, stood by, eager to help. As Raj carefully doing the final details, Rohan, in his excitement, reached for a hammer and accidentally knocked over a jar of varnish. The thick liquid spilled across the polished wood, staining it beyond repair. Raj frozen, his eye burned with fire. "You fool," he roared. "Do you even know what you have done?" Rohan says, I'm sorry sir, I don't mean. But Raj wasn't listening. In his rage of anger, he grabbed the table's wooden leg and smashed it against the ground, shattering it into the pieces. The workshop fell silent. Rohan stood still, his hand is trembling. For a moment he looked at Raj, but not with fear, but with a deep sadness. Without a word, he turned and walked out. Hours passed. Raj sat alone, staring at the broken wood around him. His anger has faded, but the damage is remained. The next morning, he reached for Rohan, but the boy was gone. On the workbench, a small note. "I admire you, sir. I wanted to learn from you, but I now understand that patience is just as important as skill. I needed to learn from someone who builds, not just with wood, but with wisdom." Raj felt a deep ache in his chest. He had lost more than just a junior. He had lost someone who truly believed in him. He made a silent learning to master his temper before it destroys something even more valuable. A moment of anger can break more than just object. It can shatter trust, relationship, and even dreams. Before you let anger control you, ask yourself, is it worth what you might lose? Thank you for watching guys. Comment if you like this story.